It's a brotherhood, and we all smoking good in the lounge. Smoking good in the lounge. The podcast where it go down, man. You and Ray, that's what they say. Yeah. Hey yo, this for my cigar lovers and my whiskey drinkers. The Black Podcast keep us thinking. Ray and you giving us a new view. Interviews from the who's who. Who knew this the new crew in the new? Yeah, more cigars, less Newports. Let's move forward. They hold us down in the community. Talking about cigars, the culture, unity. That's you and me. Let's tune in, giving the lounge a new spin. It's going down like smooth gin and a smooth blend. Do it for the love, the art, the moment when you light it up and the smoke spark with the.
Yo, what's going on? We's
up,
back.
We's back.
Oh,
my bad, we've been gone.
Oh, you want to take a week off before it's time to take our break.
Well, you know, hey, duty calls at the job. You know what I'm saying? I had to make it happen at the job. That's what paid the bills.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't mad at you. Well, man, what the...
Unfucking believable. So I ain't heard from my son in I don't know how many days, and then he starts calling when it's time to get on the land.
Well, he must need some money.
He don't need no money. He'll need no money. Believe me, he don't need no money. You know, Caleb always has money.
Yeah. Maybe he just missed you. Well, man, you know, since you done canceled, so you got to do the toast.
Because I canceled.
Yeah, because you canceled. That's your punishment. You got to do the toast.
Well, ain't no big deal. Ain't a big deal. You see what I'm sipping on. Highway. All right. So here's to you, my brother. It's only been a day or two since I talked to you, but we ain't been on the lounge in 2 weeks because I've been traveling. So for those of y'all that are back to join us, we appreciate you. Much love. Here's to a great conversation tonight on the lounge.
Cheers.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, that pack of mean punch there, bro.
Oh, yeah?
I sound like I've been up in the country foothills of Michigan.
Man.
That's what I sound like.
You got something you need to get off your chest?
Nope. You know what? I'm not lending any more energy to Charlie Kirk, so I don't need to get that off my chest today. I'm not lending no more energy to that shit. So I don't need to really get that off my chest. I tell you one thing I do need to get off my chest. So you know how I always pull up Instagram on my iPad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting here looking at it, and I hit the thing at the top, and it's the lounge live, and then it's running like it's a story. So it's not letting me watch it. It's not letting me watch it live on the thing over here where I can see the comment.
You gotta go to the page and hit the little circle where it says live.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's just, you know, it just stops after like 3 or 4 seconds. I don't know why it's doing that.
Well, maybe you need to refresh your Instagram.
That could be it.
I mean, technology is not.
I'm going straight to the page. That's
what you should have done anyway.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe that's gonna work for. It's looking like it might.
You should have done that anyway.
I'm in this thing.
All right, that's what's up. Man. So, I do have something I need to get off my chest.
Get it off your chest.
So you know that I drive a bus, right? And if anybody watching rides the bus, when you go to get off the bus, just get off the bus. Your conversation is over. Whoever you're talking to, get off the bus. I had a dude today who wanted to try to hold a conversation after he done rang the bell to get off the bus. Now he's trying to hold the conversation with somebody who's not getting off the bus. So when I tell him, yo, man, come on, get off the bus, he won't puff his little chest up.
What?
That's the thing, man. Why people can't just why you can't just take that little criticism and get off the bus?
You know why? Because they want to do what they want to do when they want to do it, bro. I mean, that's what it really boils down to. They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it, how they want to do it. Oh, you're
Yeah, kid, just get off the bus, man. Just get off the bus. Your conversation, once you rang that bell and the bus stopped, shake a hand, dap, wave, whatever it is, get off the bus. I got to go. I ain't got time to sit here while you keep talking to somebody.
So how did you get him off the bus? What rude tactic did you use to get him off the bus?
Well, I mean, I wasn't rude. I just
What
said,
aggressive
hey.
measure? What aggressive measure did you take?
Nothing. I just said, hey man, come on, I gotta go. And he got off the bus and then he turned around and put his foot on the bus and puffed his chest up. So he had 1 foot on the ground outside, 1 foot on the ground in the bus with his chest puffed up, looking at me like, what you gonna do about it?
You know what he was saying to you? I'm gonna beat your big ass on this bus if you don't let me.
He'd have had to punch through that door because that door closed so fast on that bus. He had to yank his foot back, and I took off. I ain't got time to play with you.
Remember what happened the last time you was aggressive with the dough?
Hey, if he put his hand in the dough, so that ain't me. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, the last time you remember the
last
time? Yeah, hey, kid, you know he get real tough on the bus.
You a tough guy.
He get real tough on the bus. You know, Kia, she traveling too right now. I wonder if she riding the bus up there in the Big Apple.
No, I ain't no tough guy. I will not accept that.
Now,
I'm not a tough guy.
Now you can't tell me nor Kia that because we know you a tough guy.
I'm not a tough guy. I'm not.
We know you like. We know you like to get crook with everybody.
No. I mean, just get off the bus. That's all.
Yeah. So hey, man, we got it. Today is a special day. I don't know if you know this. I need to do a second toast. You know, our boy Mount Olympus turned 50 something today.
Well, that's why he ain't been on no social media. He out
there.
He
traveling
and drinking.
Yeah, he traveling. I talked to him on the way home from work today. So we got to raise a special toast to our boy DJ Mount Olympus. Man, he been a friend of the show for a minute.
He done just got old.
Yeah, he 50 something. I told him you about as old as me. He was like, nah, I don't. You know, I told him, no, I don't think I really am that old.
No. He said no and whatnot. Per se,
whatnot.
I'm not that old, whatnot, and per se.
Sucking them teeth. And you know,
cheers, man.
When you cheers to Mount Olympus, man.
Yeah, Kia, he was trying to be a tough guy. He had his little tank top on with his little Frito Bandito mustache. Man, look. And the crazy part is his wife or girlfriend or whatever she was got off the bus and was looking back at him. He almost went 3-4 stops down because I was about to close that door had he not stepped off and took off.
Yeah, he was looking for them. He was looking for some problems, man. You was gonna have to deal with him for a couple seconds. He
was gonna find them. That's all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, man. You know, I wrote today about peace, man. Peace of mind, and the subject of what I was saying is about anxiety can't exist where peace, is. It's hard for anxiety to manifest itself, man, and take control if there's peace in your heart and your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's where you at right now. Maybe you in that space because the old Raymond, not Raymond, like Keisha Watson say, not Raymond, but Raymond, that they were down there in New Orleans. Raymond would have been ready to snatch his leg off with the bus door. I've seen you've done it before.
The bus, these doors don't close fast enough to do that. But had it did, I wouldn't do it anyway. I wouldn't have done it anyway. But I'm just saying, if I wanted to, the bus doors, we got new buses and their doors don't close fast enough for that. So
So on that topic, man, I want to jump on that. It's something that I've been dealing with for a few days. Again, I'm not giving that guy any more coverage than what he needs. But man, I've had to find ways to kind of recognize how to maintain my peace over the last few days. Um, uh, and so I came up with that thing about anxiety, man, and how do I deal with it? And I was listening actually to um, a little thing from Pastor Freddie Haynes. He's the pastor of the Friendship Baptist Church here in Dallas area.
I was just
And
gonna tell you that'll fix your piece right there.
yeah, that's what that's where I came from. I read it. I jump in there from time to time. I'm not a Bible scholar, but I post my daily readings on my Facebook. I don't post them on Instagram. But it talked about anxiety, man, and when you've got peace of mind, and when you master positive self-talk, you've learned how to divert your troubles into positive things. Anxiety can't exist inside of you. That's one thing that it can't do. And it talks about lean not into your own understanding, as the Bible says, and laying your troubles on the Lord. And I kind of talked about that, and I really gave it some thought today about in our current society and how things are right now, how we need to find more positive ways to vent our emotions and our feelings and focus on things that are moving us forward instead of leaving us behind, man. I sat back today, I was at work, I took a cigar, I went outside and I sat outside my office. I don't do that very often. I sat there and smoked me a cigar.
Now, if you got a job where you can walk out your office and get paid to smoke a cigar, that's a reason for peace right there.
With no anxiety.
That's a blessing right there. I wish I could pull that bus over and light me up a cigar when I felt like it.
Hey, the only anxiety I had was somebody coming over and asking me, "You got another cigar?" No, I care not to share. I feel a certain peace about not sharing.
If I pulled my bus over and they get mad when I gotta go pee.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you see, I'm like, I need to find something else because this ain't for me. Because people, that's all I got to say.
Well, you know what? Everything comes in time. Everything comes in time, bro. Everything comes in time. You just gotta bide your time, man. It's when it happens, it's gonna happen when it's made to happen. And one of the things I learned quite some time ago was, man, jumping on, the first, thing that comes, your way that looks a little better. Sometimes you better have to vent that thing. My next week podcast focuses on this and authentic feelings. It's true that peace, healing is essential right now. You remember how she used to drive down the tollway and show us her peace? I have done a thing.
Be doing 252 miles.
200. All you see is a blur on both sides of the windows in that Volkswagen. And
I have done a thing.
But hey, she found a whole lot of peace in them times. And she wasn't worried about the state troopers, and she released somebody.
She released the state troopers. Somebody. And she went past them. As she went, I release you.
Yeah, man, I've been on that these last couple of weeks, when I had to cancel last week because of that work trip.
Well, at your age, you can't afford no stress neither.
I can afford some stress. I just don't want no stress. I don't want no stress, man. I don't want to deal with nothing I don't have to deal with.
At 92, you can't deal with stress like that.
Man, look, we all got to figure out. We all got to find a way not to do that, man. That sounds like a good podcast. Hey, Kia, when is that? Put the tab in there so we can all go in there and follow that. If y'all not following the Cigar Chronicles poet, you need to follow her, man. She's a friend of the show. She's my skillet, and she has Data Firm the Real and the Cigar Chronicles. She's the Cigar Chronicles poet. She wrote her first couple books, Cigar Chronicles, and Cigar Chronicles.
Those were not the first couple of books.
Those are the first couple I bought.
Those are the first couple you bought.
Yeah, that's like that. When I met her, she was doing those, but
Kia got like 72 books.
she got 72 books. But the first two I bought was the erotic poetry one because it shows you where my mind is all the time. And then the second one was about some different influences for her in the cigar culture. And she wrote poems about all of these different brands that have been vital to her growth. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I need to break that book out and read one of them.
That's what you need to do.
You know what? I always keep my copy handy. I might have to go in there and grab one and read one of them because a lot of people just don't know.
Now you can't read it like Kia. Kia. Matter of fact, we get Kia to come on and read what's that poem that everybody like? Just the tip.
Put the tip in. Put the tip in.
Yeah, put the
tip. Hey Kia, I know you watching. Why don't you come on and read Put the Tip in for us?
Come on, read a poem.
But you know, it's always great when you put the tip in. You know, with the way you read it.
You can't say it.
I can't say that. It's you know, why can't you?
Yeah, you can't say it because nobody want to hear you say that. Nobody want to hear you read that poem.
Yeah, nobody can read it like he reads. Nobody can read it like he reads it, man. So what's been going on with you, my brother? Tell me something good.
Black Cigar Festival.
Tell me about that, man. I didn't get to make it down there.
Man, it was amazing. You seen the videos, man.
I did.
I teamed up with D McKnight from Mr. Cigars and Coffee, and we just went around randomly, just decided, let's go shoot some content. We went out, started interviewing the people. It was a great event, amazing event. They had rolling classes. They had paint, puff, paint, sip, whatever it's called. They had that out there. Live band. They had 2 DJs, vendors, food trucks. It was a great thing, man. It was a great time, great experience. You should have drove down. You wasn't that tired.
I was that tired, bro. I was that tired. I got home that night. I've been traveling. I don't think I went to bed before 11 o'clock. Not none of them nights up there.
Well, at 92, I guess.
At 92, I decided to be 92 and sit my ass down instead of jumping on the freeway and running down there. And dude, let me tell you something. And you know this is something. On Saturday morning, I didn't get out of the bed till about 11:30.
Dang.
You know, I stay up till 2, 3 in the morning. 4 o'clock, I'm up and ready to go to work. But you know, I was a little wore out, man. So I chilled out.
Dang, you normally up before the sun comes up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so, you know, I was telling my wife I need to get up and go. You know, I did get up and go, but man, after that week, it was a week of intense workshops. You know, dealing with
it was a week of intense drinking and partying. Y'all wasn't
well, that started every day about 3 o'clock. But
y'all wasn't doing. Y'all didn't do a liquor
workshops. Yeah, well, it wasn't really work. It was continued education. This is how I like to call it. It was continued education.
I don't want to hear that. Y'all wasn't doing no work.
Hey man, you know when General Motors is paying, you know, if General Motors is paying for you to play, I'm playing.
I guess. I don't work for no company like that. So
thank you, Skillet.
Metro don't pay for nothing.
Yeah, they said all you got to do is watch those curves. They turn on you. That's all they want to do. Watch those curves. That's it. What they got the motto on when you pull out, watch those curves. They turn on.
They don't care if you got 3 people with you that can't nobody see but you, no shirt and no shoes on, and 1 butt cheek hanging out. Let them ride.
Let them ride. Yep. They got to get their money, man. They got to get their money. Kia, we want you to come on and read. Put the tip in.
She said no. They riding and listening. She's on vacation. She ain't working.
I thought that was like vacation for her to talk about putting the tip in. But I guess.
See, you know, I'm saying put the tip in, sir.
Well, okay. I try to find the right way to say it. I haven't, you know what? I haven't heard her recite that one in a long time. She's got another great one that I really like from Cigar Chronicles too, called Chevalier Critiques. That's the coolest one. Oh, all right.
It's called what? We didn't hear you. Say it again. You're not muted, sir. I don't know why you.
I know I'm not muted. I was fucking with you. Chevalier critiques. I had to get around your antics. Chevalier
Ain't
critiques.
nobody, and we sick of hearing about Chevalier critiques. You don't even have that page no more.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, well, no, I don't. I got hacked. But it's all good though. It's all good.
Yeah,
It
man.
was a great poem though.
It
So
was
Ray,
it was a pretty good poem. What's up?
I got a question for you. Maybe I need to interview you tonight.
No, we don't need to do that because ain't nothing going on over here. So
Cap-
you don't need to interview me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's
it
gonna
is.
be a
So, man,
it's gonna be a boring interview because I ain't got
it's not.
nothing
No,
happening.
I got questions though, man. So I experienced something yesterday. I was driving home from work. I come through the middle of downtown, and
Hit
what's
a bus.
happening, big fella? And Jeff from the stoop called me
Uh-huh.
about 2:30, and so there was a lady, Kaiser. There was a lady, Chantal from Belladonna Cigars out of Florida,
Mhm.
that was doing a tour here in Dallas. She was the first cigar brand to ever send me some cigars to reach out and really support outside of Definition, and a couple of local ones here. She was the first brand outside of the state. And so I never met her. We've always kept in touch. And she was at a stoop. And Jeff calls me and says, hey man, where you at? I say, driving through downtown Dallas. Hey man, come up here. He sent a picture. I said, oh, let me head up there. So by the time I got up there, they went over to the next spot. And and so I went into the Addison Cigar Lounge, right by the Addison Airport. And it got me to thinking about you. I first met you. You were doing your shows. You were starting your new cigars because it was at the beginning of my journey. It made me think about you, and it made me want to. After I sat there and I spent some time with him and talking about humble beginnings, it made me want to ask you when we're gonna see another Herfordor Lounge show.
I'm working on something, man. I'm working on something. It's time for, I like to innovate. I like to upgrade when the
Mm-hmm.
space starts to get crowded. And the space is getting a little bit crowded. The cigar interview space is getting a little bit crowded.
It
So
is.
I'm innovating and I'm gonna upgrade to something else. Because I like to stand alone from everybody. So
Okay.
might not be till next year, but it's gonna be something completely different than any other cigar show that exists.
I get it.
I can
I
say
felt
that.
like I felt like yours was unique though. Everybody has a unique style. I got my own style. You got your own style of interviewing. The people that I interview, I interview a certain segment of people. You interview a certain segment of people that appeal to you. And I've always thought of your style as pretty damn cool. I've often tried to pattern myself after a lot of the things you do, the smooth transitions. I'm not as smooth with my transitions as you are. That's why I just have regular ass conversation. But
Yeah.
you know, why did you what made you slow down?
Well, initially it was the issue with the streaming network that I was supposed to
Yeah.
be picked up on. That was the initial issue.
Hmm.
But then uh seeing so many of the same thing happening.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's when I started doing my show, there weren't very many of the cigar type Instagram interview shows.
Right.
Then they started to pop up, so I switched. And then a lot of those started happening, and I switched again. Then I started to see more, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be. I like to stand alone.
Right.
So the slowdown initially was uh the streaming network, slight discouragement, which I got over, and now just building up to rebrand it, to innovate again, to change and do something completely different that's going to be hard to copy. It'll be copied, but it'll be hard to copy the next move I make.
You know what's funny though, bro? I felt like that about the lounge. You know, when we started the lounge, we started with a specific purpose. You know, we wanted to have conversations over cigars that were meaningful. You know, not really talking about blends and things. We're just talking about things that kind of different things that resonated with us. You know, our mental health and based it on what our friendship is like, our brotherhood. I don't call it a friendship.
Yeah.
And I noticed though, and I don't know if you noticed. Did you notice how many shows kind of started popping up like that?
Oh yeah, I noticed. I noticed how
Yeah.
many shows the Instagram started to. I mean, it was always people getting on Instagram and smoking cigars together, talking about different things. But then as we pivoted, then there were a lot of other people that pivoted, and a lot of shows have. I mean, we ain't got no copyright on the lounge because
Right.
but it was a lot of shows with the word lounge that popped up in the title.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing things like talking about things other than cigars. And we innovated once, going to this format, but we got, commercials and everything else. But the innovation for this show, the final form of this show hasn't happened yet.
That's true.
The final form of this show has not happened yet. I have a vision for this show that will be unlike anything else in the cigar world, and it's gonna happen. It's just there's a lot of moving parts that got to be figured out first, in order to get there. But there's nothing wrong with people doing shows and starting podcasts. It's enough ears for everybody to start to do one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to stand alone. I want to be different. I want to do something different than anything else. I have a vision for things that everything that I start. And the discouraging part, like I spoke about earlier, is when I have a vision for the things that I start to deal with, and I can't get them to that point by whatever means it is. I just can't get them to that point. I just gotta work and get them there. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna happen. The steps are in order. The steps are in place. Things are being done in order to innovate both the Herfordor Lounge and the lounge. It's going to be, I don't know when. I can't say when, but I can say that when it drops, the Herfordor Lounge will stand alone.
I can't wait. I honestly can't wait.
I don't want to say too much because when I talk too much, then I stop doing stuff.
And you stop doing shit. Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it, man. It kind of brings me to something that I was writing about the other day about, people being innovative, on their own and doing something that defines them as an individual in a sense, man, being true to their own creativity instead of borrowing or copying, and I mean, there's only so many ways you can reinvent the wheel. One thing about it, it's round. You can make it spin one direction, make it spin the other direction, but no matter what, the wheel is round, right? But you can do something to personalize it and make it your own. And I wrote something about that the other day that Damon ended up commenting on because he had made a video about, people, not being authentic as it related to the things they created. I had a guy go in my comments and tell me, he said, thoughts of a classic man. Don't be upset if I borrow that. And I started to, I know imitation is a form of flattery, but I'm just sitting here like, I didn't even respond to it because I felt some kind of way. Hey man, this is who I am. Hey, figure out who you are. Don't try to go do something and name it the same thing and then try to ride You know, I don't know if that was his intention. You know,
Well,
I mean now because and you tell me if you agree. You work so hard for years on things to create something that's personal to you. When you feel like people are trying to misuse it or trying to take it or misrepresent it as their own, it becomes very personal. It
definitely,
becomes very
definitely.
personal.
And
Yeah, it's a personal infringement.
anytime, anytime there's something that you do and then you've been doing it for a while and somebody else says, uh, I'm going to, I'm don't listen. If somebody would have told me, man, I like that. Don't be surprised if I use that. You can't use it, sir. You
Yeah,
can't use it. Call it something else. Call it anything else. But
yeah,
for you to be so unoriginal right now, and that's the problem. That's an issue in society right now. We are so unoriginal, man.
yeah.
Everybody wants to be like everybody. I'm speaking generally. I'm not speaking to anybody uh
Right.
uh uh per se. But in general, we all want to be like somebody else. Like
Yeah.
stop. Look at this lost generation, I'll call it. This lost generation. Racial profiling used to mean something. You saying all black people look alike because I'm bald head with a beard, but y'all all look alike. If I say he got dreadlocks, a dark hoodie, dark jeans, and shoes that look like they're two sizes too big, every one of us on here has seen 60 people like that today.
I see 62 today.
We've seen 60 people like that today. Today. I'm like, where's the originality? Why
I think that
there's
sometimes some
no
people are just
originality
scared, man.
there's nothing to be scared of. There's no originality. Everybody wants to be the same thing. Oh, that's working for him. Let me do that
Right. Right.
because now oh no, Damon. No, I told you I stole that VIP box idea. I told you that. That wasn't
Uh,
no, I
David,
wasn't asking
David,
for permission. I just told you I stole that. And you my brother, so I can do that. But what I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah. Calm down.
is
Calm down, Jamal.
calm down. That's okay. I no, I stole that. I stole that. I did. I'm not ashamed to admit I stole that. Anyway. I mean, but it didn't look like yours. I made it completely. It was the idea of a box, right? So now, if I fashioned it exactly after your box, that's one thing. But it's just the idea of a box, like the idea of a podcast, right? I'm gonna start a podcast, and then I'm gonna start a podcast. Podcast, completely different podcasts. But we start podcasts. Now, if I do the exact same thing that you did to try to make it fit what I'm doing, that's the problem. For somebody to say, I like Thoughts of a Classic Man, so I'm going to take that and start doing that.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't be surprised if I take that." I didn't know how to take that. I just, I was already in a funky ass space, so I just put the phone down and grabbed my computer at my desk and
My
started that
response
type.
would be, you're gonna have to block me because every time you post on it, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah,
So you're gonna have to
yeah.
block me.
I didn't say that. I didn't want to give him anything that was gonna let him know that I was gonna be real shitty about that. I was
Well,
gonna
you can
real
know.
shitty.
You can know.
Hmm.
That's all fine. That's fine and dandy.
Yeah.
Uh Fat Predator says good artists create. Great artist still.
Yeah.
DJ Mount Olympus, happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, bro. Hey, we already did a toast. We might as well have one more to you.
He might be too drunk and tight. Anyway,
No, he said he was going down to I think he's called it Philomena. It was a place in Florida today, and he was gonna go there and he's gonna walk up the street to a lounge. It was right up the street and kick it. You know, when I called it, he was getting ready for his debut, whatever the fuck he was doing. He was getting ready to. He's getting ready to pop out. You know, I guess.
Yeah. You know, another thing, man. I've seen a couple of live shows run commercials that I haven't seen run commercials before.
Yeah, man. Amelia Island, that's what it was. Rose City Cigar Soul Festival just joined us too.
He ain't got no
What's going
dance
on,
shoes on. What's
No
going
dancing.
on, Rose City?
He don't need
We're gonna
no
take
dance.
a commercial.
Go ahead.
I don't need your permission.
For the cigar connoisseur who demands excellence, welcome to ChevalierLife.com. Elevate your collection with premium, high-end personalized humidors, crafted for those who appreciate true luxury. Explore a world of elite cigar accessories, cutters, lighters, and cases. Designed for style and precision, and complete your look with premium cigar-inspired apparel, because every aficionado deserves to dress the part. Luxury, craftsmanship, legacy, ChevalierLife.com, where sophistication meets the smoke. Shop now. Live the lifestyle. The Chevalier lifestyle.
What's
That's
going
my
on?
favorite lifestyle. My favorite.
Damon say the commercial ain't real unless Yul cries at the end. Well, I don't have the commercial where it sounded like he was crying through the whole thing no more. I'm gonna go back in the archives and see if I still got it. I'm gonna pull it up.
I just sent it to you.
All right, Kia. Appreciate you joining us, and we.
I love you, Skillet.
We definitely keep going and growing.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, man. But you know,
so Puff and Sexy, what's up?
I just don't like. I don't like when if you don't have an idea and then my idea becomes your idea, then that's a problem.
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. It's again, I understand flattery, using certain elements, but to be so bold, I don't respect somebody for sitting there telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna steal your idea." Don't be surprised if I steal your idea.
Man, I had a dude steal my picture and say it was him.
Yeah. Yeah,
I had a dude steal my picture of me with my cigar and said that it was him. I said, come on, bro. Had the nerve to follow me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once I told him that's my picture, guess what?
What he said?
Blocked me.
Yeah, because he's still using it somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. He's still using it.
Crazy, man.
So Papa Sexy says she's smoking on a Zeus for her brother.
She said thievery at its finest. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would want to look like Rick. First of all, how about that? You're lucky I didn't have time to upload the other one that I got.
I mean,
yeah, I got another one.
You got 3 computers on your desk right there. You got 3 computers on your desk. But man, it really does kind of piss me off. And there comes a time like, who wants to think that you got to start really suing people for things? But Damon actually put something really interesting out, a video that he shared about that very thing, man. I don't know if you saw it. He put it to us in the group text.
About which one? About
what we're just talking about, man, about is about authenticity in a sense. And it was a really interesting video. He actually made it a while back, and he reached out to me after I shared that thought the other day, and I got a chance to go back and take a look at it. And, deep thought, and even when I think about cigar weeks, like we got Damon in here, we got Rose City Cigar and Soul Festival. You know, Damon, how do you feel about some of that, man? When those things happen for you, what does that do for you? I see him with the
He said
shit.
he
I'm not
don't want
playing that shit.
your mussy popping sound effect.
Hey, that's him doing that. He heard that. I didn't think y'all heard that when I was doing that. That's what I hear every time I see his little red nose jumping around.
Oh man, Mr. Mussy. That's never not gonna be funny. Oh, that's never not gonna be funny.
Answer the question on punk ass, Damon. How do you feel about that, man? The cigar week people, man. I'm interested to know kind of how you guys feel about that because you're trying to create something unique, and then you start seeing your innovations in other weeks. How does that make you feel when you do that? He said it key. I don't know.
I don't
Pow
know what that
pow.
means. Oh,
My lips say pew pew.
they making the mussy
Sound
popping
effects.
sounds.
And there ain't no mussy popping sounds. That's Damon's red nose popping sounds on them pants.
Oh
That
man,
is not mussy popping sounds.
Mr. Mussy. Oh. Anyway, man.
So
So what
Puppet
was
Sassy says she feels flattered because that means you did something right. I don't know if I feel that way all the time.
I mean, if I did an event and the event went well, and then somebody else did a similar event, I'm not upset about that if it's similar.
Right.
If you take the same thing, everything that I did, and the same name, then that's a problem. But DJ says something interesting. It depends on who's doing it.
Man,
So
expound on that.
that I mean it's simple. Like if I tell you, if I would have said, man, I'm about to post the thoughts of a classic man,
I probably would trip.
you would have said whatever. But this other guy who you don't know said it, you know, and it's an issue. So I think that's what he said.
So Puppet Sassy say we had to fight a little bit. But and I guess that's why we have to continue to reinvent ourselves in a sense, because people are gonna constantly come, and it just gets infuriating sometimes for me, man. I never used to feel that way until recently, because a lot of times I'm sharing. Well, not a lot of times, all times, every day, I'm sharing my own thoughts, my feelings, in the morning. I
mean,
take that seriously.
but you ain't the only classic man out there.
No, I'm not. But I'm the only one that I like. Shit. I'm the only one that matter to me.
Rose City Cigar and Soul says similar or has the exact same name, logo, night of the week. Maybe not the same logo, but the same name. If I come up with a name for an event and it does well, and then someone else creates says, well, we gonna do that here, and they do the same event, same name. Could be a different night of the week, but the same name. It's that's a bit much.
I agree. I think it is. And when it's themed the same way, when it's targeting the exact same demographic, I think that's disrespectful.
Put it to you like this: if I do a cigar sock hop and call it something, I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm not in the most creative space right now. But if I do a cigar sock hop and it does well, and then someone else says, I like that, I'm gonna do the cigar sock hop. You can do something else. I don't care if you can call it something else. Call it the grease.
the grease,
the grease
the 50s, the
grease
50s,
theme. Yeah.
grease. Yeah, I get it.
You say instead of thoughts of a classic man, it would be inside the mind of Mussy. You can't let him get away with this. Not tonight.
Look, I'm not doing that tonight. We on the
Can't let him
lab.
get away
We
with it.
having a real conversation. I'm not doing that tonight.
You
I ain't
can't let
doing
him
that.
get away. You cannot let him get away with this.
I'm gonna let him get away with all of that. He knows he wants to be like Big Daddy. He wish he was dark skinned and bald right now.
Don't call yourself Big Daddy no more, sir.
I can't help it, man. That's how he sees me, man. He sits back in his little forest out there in the
I
dark
don't
with
know,
his
man, but
lampshade,
in,
and he wants to be like, he say, I'm crying.
inside the mind of Mussy.
I ain't doing it tonight, man. I just ain't doing it tonight. I'm having a real conversation. We get on the lounge sometimes.
You
I'm
can't let him
letting him
get
get away with it. We get on the lounge for 2 hours and we play for 2 hours. We ain't having our conversation.
All right, man. All right.
Yeah, I can't do it. I gotta we gotta do that. Yeah, I'm mad that I have a full head of hair. I ain't messing with it.
All right, man. All
I ain't
right,
messing.
man.
He can roast me, but when I go to Charlotte
He's
Cigar
going
Week,
to. He's
yeah,
going to.
when I go to Charlotte Cigar Week, I'm gonna have my camera in hand and I'm gonna catch him with them little flooding pants and them white shoes on.
Them white
Put
Stacey
it-
Adams.
The white Stacey Adams with the black soles. I'm gonna catch him and I'm gonna roast him then. I ain't doing it. Rose
So
City Cigar Associate just experienced what y'all are talking about, and I suppose I should not have been shocked, but it did surprise me. Yeah, it surprised me when I saw it. I did see that before we had our conversation about it, and to be honest, man, it bothers me. I think when we start doing that in the culture, man, we just, especially as Black people, man, we kind of people get used to it, and it kind of it takes something away from the culture as a whole.
well, never mind. I'm not going off on that tangent.
I mean, go there.
Bryson Bryson said, I like sharing ideas even at the risk of stolen concepts because they may have the ingredients but don't have the recipe. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
In reference to So Puff and Sexy said, I'm sitting on ideas but don't share because of imitators. Yeah, I have a lot of ideas, but I share them because it may not work for me and it may work for somebody else. However, if I say this thing and I tell somebody about it, you may try to do what I wanted to do, but it just don't hit the way that I'm gonna do it. Right.
But I think it's the idea, it's still the idea that you took my shit. And Rose City, she's answering Damon's question. An event we activated was borrowed in another city with the exact same name and our exact logo and the same night of the month. I saw that and I was completely irritated by that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Change something, because what happens, man, I don't think anybody intends to do harm, but they end up harming another person's event because now they're thinking, oh, when people are going and they're looking, trying to decide where they want to go, then they're thinking, oh, everybody's doing this. You kind of devalue another person's thing.
I don't think it's so much as devaluing it. I think that it's plagiarism to do something like that.
I mean, Kaisernomics call it gatekeeping, but I don't think I don't call it gatekeeping to feel like somebody's using my shit.
Not necessarily what Rose City Cigar and Soul is saying, is gatekeeping, but if I have ideas, or if I've had conversations with a lot of people who've asked me for information on how to use certain software and different things like that. I don't have no problem giving all that information.
That's acceptable, but don't ask for the software and then create the lounge.
But also, you look at the Tonight Show, the Late Show, the Late Show, Late Night With. After Dark with, After Hours with, all of them are the same. They're the same formula, the exact same. This is in reference to Kaisernomics saying add your flavor. They're the same formula. They're not necessarily the same title. They're not necessarily the same logo. They're not necessarily on the same night of the week. Some of them come on here, some of them are after. However, they're the same formula. Guy walks out, monologue to the crowd. One thing, couple of guests, got a band over there, and then a few of them added one guy sitting on the side to just laugh and say a joke every now and then. But it's the same thing. But if you add your own flavor to it, it makes sense. Now, don't ask me how to use StreamYard on Instagram, and then I see our logo on your face,
Right.
on Thursday nights at 7. Now we have a problem. But the bigger issue is that just means that now, in my mind, now I have to innovate. Now we're now in direct competition, because before there is no competition, right?
Right.
You do what you want to do. I don't have a problem with it. But now we're in direct competition, and something has to happen. Something has to happen here at that point.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And it feels, again, I just think that it devalues the culture as a whole when we all sit there and take from one another. And I saw something that Erica from Rose City put in there. She said, or collaborate. Let's reach out and see how we can take this thing and grow it, and we all benefit. Where we maintain, brand equity.
People ain't
If we
gonna do that
decide to
because
share
people
this
want
thing, it's
everything.
brand equity.
People
Yeah,
don't want to share it. People want the whole thing. People want the whole thing. People want the credit. People don't want to share it. And the problem is people don't understand the rising tide raises all ships. If we can figure out how to make this thing nationwide, if I do this thing in my city and you want to do the same thing in your city, and we figure out how to combine them, it's not necessarily sharing, but we both are
a
building.
benefit.
However,
Yeah,
there are, I was about to go there, but Damon says, but you got to be careful on collabs, because there are people who will take everything from you. There are people
Yeah.
who will take it all from you, and they'll go behind your back and they'll say, well, this is my idea and they stole it, and you be the originator of it.
Right.
Now people looking at
You're
you
right
like
about
something
that.
wrong with you.
Right.
Right. But I just think that there needs to be more originality. We need to get back to being original. We need to get back to this thing. Now, again, I don't have no problem giving information, but don't try to create what I've created. Create your own thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what my point is when I first brought the subject up, because for me, man, it's a big damn deal. It doesn't bother me. Before it was thoughts of a classic man, it was thoughts of a brother of a leaf. But the classic man thing came from, an experience I had with the group, the Classic Men, and I decided to do something just a little bit different. It didn't have to be. Hell, I think you was the one that told me that. It didn't have to be all about, the cigars. It could be about, fashion and about the style and about being a gentleman. You did. It was you that told me that. And I changed the name. It was you and one of the guys from the Classic Men. And so I changed the name, trying to do something just a little bit different. Everybody was doing brother of the leaf, sister of the leaf. That, hey, nobody talking about being a classic man. Let me just go there and see what happens.
Except Jadena.
Except what?
Jadena, the song, I'm a Classic Man.
Is that his name?
I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure.
Jadena?
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. But even then, when I first did that and I started putting music with my post, I never did that song on purpose. On purpose, I never did that song. Just because that was his thing. I didn't want to come in like And he wouldn't have gave a damn. Dude got millions of followers. But I didn't want to come in like I'm being unoriginal and
But
saying,
here's the thing: it's not people. Nobody would think that you're trying to coin the term classic man, because even before that song, there is a such thing as a classic man.
right.
There's a way of dress, a way of a classic man is a thing, right?
Right.
So that, I mean, if somebody said thoughts of a gangster, it's like that's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's true.
saying? It
Yeah.
exists, but a classic man exists, so it's not a problem. Damon said people like new cool shit so much that they will be inspired to steal it. That is definitely true.
That's true.
That is
That's
definitely
true.
true. People
I guess
like
that's something that you
the
can't
new.
get worried about.
I mean, you go back to that. That's even once like that. I've said it before. I'll say it again. All of these rappers that are out now that look the same are because of that one year that Lil Wayne did not drop an album, but he was on like 70 something features on every video on BET and then
Right.
and MTV, and all of a
Yeah, I
sudden
remember
record
that.
labels start to try to create Lil Wayne clones, and then that became the new rapper. Let's make a bunch of these guys.
Mhm.
Damon say you need to rebrand from thoughts of a classic man.
I can't see his comment. I might have blocked him.
Here it come Mussy Musings.
I'm gonna let him get away with it, man. I'm trying to feed his spirit, man, so he feels good for himself. I need to let
Mussy
him.
Musings.
I need to let him do it. I might come do Mussy Musings at
Good evening,
Charlotte
everybody.
Cigar Week.
Good evening, everybody. This is
It's
Chevalier.
Chevalier Life.
This is
with Mussy
Chevalier
Music.
with Mussy Musings.
Stupid.
Mussy Musings. Oh man, you queued up for the. Is it time for the vibe yet? We got to do something because you can't
No,
keep
we got
beat
30
up
minutes.
over that.
I can keep it up. I can take it all day, bro. I told you I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it today. I got to have
What?
I gotta have a conversation.
Don't
Gotta
say
have
I
a
can take it all day no more.
No, I can't say that. Put that in the box.
Yeah, don't.
And I put that one in the box my damn self. Put that in the box. Yeah, I'm a little queued up. Kaiser now we say pause.
Most definitely, that's definitely a pause. But yeah, man, we gotta. I mean, gatekeeping information is not a thing that we need to continue to do. And we do need, as did Anu say this? Yeah. Sartorial Tobacconist said we need more people telling our stories. We need more people telling our stories. We need people to understand that we are not just a party. So I don't have a problem with podcasts. I don't have a problem with people doing interview shows. I don't have a problem with that. The only thing, my issue is I don't want to be in a group.
You don't want to be typecast.
Not typecast. I don't want to be lumped in. I want to stand alone.
Mm-hmm.
So when I innovate, when I switch to something different, it's because nothing wrong with it. It's just once this begins to get saturated, I have to step outside of that. Right. Mm-hmm. So once I step outside of it, people, let's go do that. That's fine. Because then 3 or 4 people get into that space, it's time to move. Keep going, but it's time to move.
I agree.
Yeah, Damon, not typecast, pigeonhole. Yeah, pigeonhole.
Yeah.
He say, yo, Mussy out here catching strays.
I still ain't going there with it. I still ain't going there.
You can't keep getting these uppercuts, bro.
I am. I'm not going there. I told you.
All
The
right.
conversations, I got to keep the conversations real. Because whenever we do that, then for the next hour, that's what we be doing. And
You're
then
right. You're right.
next thing you know, it be the three motherfuckers on the screen talking shit about each other.
You're right. You're right.
I gotta get us back. Gotta get us back on track, man. Like that's one of the things. Like it's the thing about excellence, man. Like we just gotta do our thing. I don't want to. I've been watching. When I was in Michigan last week. I jumped on a couple lives. I was watching, and a lot of people, man. I watch a lot of people trying to do what the lounge is doing, and I'm not saying we the baddest people out there, but evidently, if you remember the conversation we had with Daniel from 505 a couple years ago, how one of the bigger podcasts came after him, and he threw us in the argument talking about I'm not your competition. The lounge is the one that's kicking your ass all over the east and southwest in the east coast. And and then the guy reached out to me and that's how I knew who it was
Hmm.
that was messing with him. Daniel never would tell me. The guy reached out to me, and sent me a message about, yeah, we really like y'all show. But I dared him to go in there and send us some
You
messages
gotta
like,
you gotta tell me who that is when we get off.
I'll tell you who it was. I'll tell you what it
Yeah.
has. I had one of them on my show one time.
Oh, okay.
And that's
Never mind.
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, I had a conversation.
Yeah.
It wasn't him. It was the other one. But
Ah,
but
okay.
yeah. But they went at Daniel, pretty
But
strong.
see,
Yeah.
that's a problem, right? That's a problem for me when you want to beef with another cigar show, right? Because you think that they're taking ratings from you. No, especially if you put your stuff on YouTube later or
Right.
or on Rumble or on your Instagram page. They can if they want to watch it, they will.
Mhm.
If somebody wants to watch it, they will watch it. And if they don't, they won't. If you do a show at the exact same time that we're doing a show, then all that means is people that want to watch you are going to watch you. People that want to watch us are going to watch us. And the
Exactly.
occasional person is going to go back and forth. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's about excellence, man. I mean, everybody's going to resonate with somebody. Everybody ain't for everybody. And so that's kind of like what my thing is as I start looking at this topic, man. But let me ask y'all this. So we can't change what people do. We can't stop them, and I guess trying to stop them is gatekeeping in a sense. We can continue to reinvent ourselves. But I know for me, I don't always want to reinvent. Sometimes I want to stay right where I'm at because it's working for me. Being true to my own self. But in order to grow, you got to keep changing. I get
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
That's why I asked you what I asked you earlier.
I was comfortable doing Instagram interviews. And then it's time to grow. It's time to do something different. I can't continue to do it the same way because eventually I want more than that. So you got to grow. And if you are just so comfortable in doing what you're doing the way that you're doing it, regardless of anything, then I mean, that's fine. But be prepared to stay where you at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Be prepared
I
to stay right
understand
where
that
you
growth
at.
is key, but I think everybody's got to grow at their own time. I give you this. So when I had Amon Satoru Tobacco on the show some weeks back, he talked about that. He talked about that in depth about growth and collaboration. He talked about a lot of things. He talked about support. We talked about the whole thing about the game's not told is sold. We talked about all of that shit. And one of the things I found interesting in that was, he dropping knowledge on me about how I need to move, what I need to do, and he's not looking for anything. A lot of times now what discourages me is the fact that a lot of people now, when they are going to help you, there's some gain that they're looking for. They're not looking to see you grow. They're
Well,
looking to gain.
well, That's what's that has a name. That's called consulting.
Yeah,
That's called consulting. People do that for a living and make a lot of money doing it.
that's true. That's
If
true.
you're good at something, then you should get paid for it. Right?
Right.
If I'm good at making sales and I want to teach you how to make sales, you're gonna pay me for it. I might
Yeah, I
give you
get-
some small tidbits, but you're gonna pay me for it. If I can build let's just say I build a clothing brand from nothing to $1 million brand in 6 months
Mhm.
or a year, and you want some help, guess what? You're gonna pay for the help because I can guarantee a result. Now, if you can't guarantee that result, then you keep your mouth shut or keep your hands in
agree
your
with that.
pocket.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Damon threw in the comments something really interesting. He said about his cigar education. You know, everybody started doing it after 2021. And what was interesting, I saw people when we were down there, when you and I were down there shooting the lounge from down there from Charlotte Cigar Week, there were people that came that went back to other festivals and tried to mimic exactly what he did. Whether it worked or not, there was one or two of them that I saw added their own flair to it. That's cool. Add your own flair, but don't come in and use my same name like Rose City Cigar and Soul Festival experience. Don't come in there. And anybody, if you're not following Rose City Cigar and Soul Festival, go in there and follow it, and then look at the names of the events. Look at the Wednesday night event. I'll give you some context clues. Look at the Wednesday night event and see if you see it pop up anywhere else. And I love the
What's
person.
up, Bars and Cigars ATL?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, great brother, man. Have you been following Bars and Cigars?
For a while.
Man, that dude's amazing, man. He is amazing, man. Welcome to the lounge, brother.
Add
Welcome
your
to the
own
lounge.
flair and give credit. Yes, that's what you do. Even when you write,
Right.
when you're writing a paper, when you were writing a paper back in school, you had to quote your citation, quote your sources. You have to do that. You got to do that.
Right.
You can't just
Plagiarize.
blatantly
Can't plagiarize people.
and
You
expect
get F's for
nobody
that.
to say anything. You know? I mean, if you're having a cigar week and you want to do cigar education, then okay. Which I think they should have. It should be more than just a party, right? It should be more than just a week of white parties and sundresses and heels and seersuckers and sundresses and sneaker balls and it should be
Cigars and
more than that.
chucks. Cigars and chucks.
It should be more
Cigars
than
and chucks.
that. It should
you
be
know.
more than that, It should definitely be more than that. But exactly, Damon, it's an era of look at me. People want to be the face of something. That people want to be important. And when you're striving to be the face of something, you gotta either work hard or steal hard. And some people steal hard.
Yeah. Some people good at it too. But one of the things that I think is there's a respect level when you take certain parts of it. I can be okay when somebody takes something that I started and make it better and make it their own. I'm okay with that. But don't like I said, thoughts of a classic man. Don't hit me up and say I'm about to start doing thoughts of a classic man, and then I look at your shit and you writing stuff just like me, trying to do it just like me. Do it the way you would do it.
But if you're not a classic man,
Yeah.
then don't do that. Or how about you just write your thoughts, add your own, put you into them.
Yeah.
Don't try to make, don't do it. Don't make a Chevalier post. Make your own post.
Right.
Do your own thing.
Erica just said and character will give credit to who inspired them. You know,
Mhm.
anytime I get people all the time. Somebody hit me up the other night and say, "Hey, I'm going to share this image that you made for me. I did some images for a humidor, right? We did some images, and so they chose their image. I'm gonna leave them nameless, but they chose their image, and then they sent me a message because I sent them like 5 different images. Do you mind if I use these other images to promote my brand? I said, absolutely not. I absolutely do not mind. Tag me. You don't have to say. You can say if you want, "Hey, image designed by Chevalier Life" if you want to, but you don't have to. But just tag me. Just tag me. You know, so I see, give me the opportunity to see how you using what I created for you. I
And
don't have to
if
receive
you're the
credit
one
for
that
what you're doing.
created it, you
Mhm.
should receive credit for what you've
Yeah,
done.
you should. But
If you do the work, you should receive the credit.
yeah, but a part of the validation for me and my part of giving in that thing is saying, just tag me. I just want to see how you do it.
Well,
Because
I
they
tell you
pay they
what.
pay check it out. They paid for the images. They
Then
paid
that's
for me
different.
to design
That's
those images.
different. That's
So you
different.
can
That's theirs.
tag me. Yeah, it's there. See, and I said I don't have a problem, but they paid me for 'em, and they paid me handsomely for them. So I don't have a problem with that. But just tag me. If you choose to give me credit, which there's been some people that have done that. If you choose to give Chevalier Life credit for creating this image for you, hey, you are more welcome to do so. If you don't,
I
I
mean
ain't pissed off.
that's different if they paid for the image. I get that. However, the guy who used my picture, he used a one of a kind hat, and he
Yeah,
got a saint. It's a
yeah, he
picture,
showed it.
but I got the saint in the picture. He ain't had one of them, and he sure ain't got the hat. But but like, come on, bro.
He went there.
Come on, man.
Mhm.
If that's what you doing, if that's what we doing, then something's wrong. Something
I
wrong.
tell
You
you
use
what,
a whole picture.
that the video that Damon created about this topic that's kind of relative to this topic, I actually sat down and watched it. I watched it today, this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a it's a good video. I wish that you had it, Ray, and you can play it. I would say play it on here. It's a good video, and it really speaks to the topic we're talking about. And for me, man, again, like Kaiser said, it's not gatekeeping. If you when you take pride in your stuff, don't borrow my shit and water my shit down. If you're gonna borrow my stuff, at least reach out to me and say, "Hey, man, I was thinking about doing this. Are you okay with that?" Give me an opportunity to be on board with it and say, "Yeah." I almost never say no to anything. I think anybody that knows me, I don't say no to anything because that's where the flattery does come in and the respect comes in. But don't
Mm-hmm.
go and just use my shit. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, and
I
it's
think
people
that's
that
not
do
cool.
that, man, and
Yeah,
it's a problem. It's a shame that people do stuff like that, and will take images, will take names of things, will take entire concepts, and just do it themselves as if they created that concept, and that's a problem.
one of the
That's a
things that
problem.
I do when I think about collaboration, I get people to ask me things like, "Hey, do you think I should do this, or do you think I should do that?" A lot of times I'll say, "Hey," I tell you, even with Erica, I told her, "Hey, reach out to Damon." She had spoken to Damon before. Reach out to Damon. Get his thoughts. That because to me that's collaboration. Those are ways that we positively build the culture when we all work together to try to do that.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's deep, man. That's true. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to say no. I'm never
Exactly.
afraid to say no. I've said no, but I don't mind certain things because everything that I do relative to me. It's based on how I feel in the morning. I don't ever sit down and write a thoughts of a classic man for Friday on Wednesday. I don't know what I'm gonna feel like when I wake up. Y'all know my process. I get up, whatever I'm thinking, I jot that shit down. I start moving, and then I go back to my notepad and finish it off. And whatever song pop in my head first, I play it. Period. You know, I hate when they use your idea and then get mad at you for saying something about. Yeah, Yeah. It's the
Yeah,
audacity. It's the
dude,
audacity.
dude used my picture and blocked me because I said that picture looked a little familiar.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at it and say, when did I do that?
Yeah, it's
I use Damon when I talk to people from different, even when they were doing Dallas Smoke Fest and they were talking, they wanted us to moderate the cigars and education piece. I thought about Damon and I thought about, because you and I, that being our first, I think our first favorite cigar week, we went to Charlotte Cigar Week. There was a lot of things that we were excited about after we went to Charlotte Cigar Week. So when I tell people, like when they hit me with the Dallas Smoke Fest and they were like, what do you think about the cigars and education? I thought about some of the stuff that Damon did. I said, let's do it like this. Let's try it this way. And me and Edwina came in and moderated. You were there, Ray, in the
Mhm.
way we did it. It didn't look like anybody else's, but the basic concept came from what I saw at Charlotte Cigar Week. But no way would I have done that in any way that would have directly mimicked his event. But
David said he gonna start a podcast called Puro Table Talk, talking to cigar table talk.
what's up, Jahar? Yeah, well, hey man, Jahar got a nice deal going on there, and he got a nice deal going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a nice deal. But
but I just think that we need to get back to being individuals. We need to get back to sharing our own ideas.
and it takes sitting
Doing
down
our
and
own
immersing
ideas,
yourself in.
bringing our own
Yeah,
ideas to life.
you got to sit down and take some time with yourself and immerse yourself in what you're trying to do, and then think of at least 2 to 3 ways that you can do it. Then go back, like put the work in. Then go back and say, okay, I'm not trying to be like this guy. How can I change this a little bit? Everybody, there's an infinite amount of ideas that you could come up with. You know,
Yeah,
cigar
yeah,
connections, creativity costs. It's time, it's thought, it's individuality. But it's what sets you apart.
and it costs, and a lot of people don't want to pay that price. A lot of people don't want to pay that price, so they just, oh, I like that. Let me do that and make a quick dollar.
Right. And then they end up fucking it up for themselves and everybody else that's doing it. And that's
Mhm.
my thing, man. I get tired of seeing that the lack of effort that goes into stuff, man. It makes and again, I don't want to jump on my soapbox, but it makes us as a part of the cigar culture look what's the term? I don't want to say less than, but it takes
Look,
it takes away
we
from
look like
our how we're valued, man.
we look like everybody else when it happens.
Yeah,
Oh, that's just
yeah,
another. It's just another. Oh, that's just another show. That's just another two people talking on Instagram.
right.
That's just two people talking on Instagram.
Yeah, and I think it's just time. Ray, when me and you set out on this journey, man, we said to ourselves we wanted to have conversations that was different. We didn't want to fuck around and play games and sit around and talk about billions and stuff. We wanted to have conversations that meant something that were thought provoking, and a lot of times what I see now, uh, or even on some of the ones I felt like try to mimic us, they get a few people on there and they just fucking around on the screen. And so, what value does it add? What value does that episode add to the big scheme of things, especially as Black people within the cigar culture?
Uh-huh.
I'm always concerned that we're not valued or we're not seen as serious. And for me, man, I'm just serious about it. I'm with the way things are now. I'm more serious about it now than I ever have been about the way we look and the way we portray ourselves and our individuality. I don't want to make it easy for anybody to come in and do cultural appropriation on us. I don't want
Wow.
to see any of that. I don't want to see that because everything that we do, we are leaders in the genres that we immerse ourselves in. And so I don't want nobody doing me like
Cigar Table Talk said he did a show with HBO people at a cigar lounge in New York. One of the cigar companies took the show and used the idea. They in court now.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's what I'm saying. Like people see stuff and they're like, oh, I wish I thought of that. Let me do it. I mean, if you want a cigar show, then you do your own cigar show. Develop it, create it, and then do it. Don't see, oh, I like what they're doing. I'm gonna do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's that bullshit.
If you're gonna add something to it. If you can't, what's the point of doing it?
Yep. That's how I see it, man. That's just how I see it. And I'm serious. I'm probably more serious about it now, Ray, than I've ever been because I've watched people. I've watched people as it relates to some of the things we do. I started doing vibes, and then I started seeing people doing vibes. I'm not tripping about them doing the vibe because I do the vibe the way I do the vibe. But make it your own. Look, you know me, man. I celebrate and share everybody's shit. You've even said something to me about putting shows, sharing other people's shows that on the same night as ours. Like I do that shit.
Papa Teo Barbecue said, hard to prove you were the first to come up with an idea, though. It is hard to prove that you were the first to come up with an idea unless you got some paperwork behind it.
Right.
All you got to do, and now all you got to do is put something on the internet, and you were the first.
Right. Damon just summed it up. You can steal my idea, but you can't steal me. You can't be me.
Exactly.
That's real talk.
And that's what I was saying when I was talking about all of those different late night talk shows.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many of them, but they have the exact same formula, but they're completely different.
Yeah, look at Jimmy. Well, the late Jimmy Kimmel. Look at Jimmy Kimmel, and then look at the other dude on NBC, the real funny one that had I forget his name. Used to be on Saturday Night Live. I forget his name. The little short guy on NBC.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. I'm sorry. Jimmy Fallon took the Tonight Show and took that shit to a whole other place. Like he doing rap deals and all kinds of stuff, but he made it his own, and he's still getting a certain message across every night.
But that's the thing. You can't steal what makes the show. You can't steal the person. You can steal the idea. You can try to copy it, but you can't steal me. Like Damon said, you can't be me.
And that's my thing. Be you. That's my thing. If you want to use the thoughts of a classic man, look, people should look and say, damn, there's 2 classic men now. Or there's 5 classic men now. Hey, this guy uses the same thing Chevalier does, but shoot, he a whole different vibe. That's fine with me. But don't use my shit and then go back and say, I'm going to use your quotes and I'm going to don't be surprised if I use this and do it. Man, don't tell me no shit like that, bro.
Yeah, and definitely don't use my thoughts like that.
No, don't use my thoughts.
Without paying respect, don't use my
thoughts. Don't use my thoughts. You can reshare my shit. Give me credit. You can reshare it, but don't try to use my thoughts because my thoughts are relative to me. How you gonna expound on that shit? If somebody asks you, sometimes in the comments people will comment, and I gotta go in there and expound a little bit on where I was going. Or they'll hit me in the inbox, I felt that, what took you to that space? Where did you? And I answer those questions. How you going to answer them questions?
They ask you. What up, J Hat Cigar Style?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, man, they're gonna ask you, hey man, they're gonna type the question to you, get your answer, and then send that answer. But as I said, that's why I like to innovate. I like to change. I like to upgrade and innovate. And again, the next iteration of the Herfordor Lounge will be something that is, dare I say, I'm not saying nothing. Never mind.
You ain't got to say nothing.
It's
The only thing you can say, only thing you should be able to say is it's long overdue. And when it comes, y'all gonna know it. That's all it is. Because it's long overdue. It's long overdue, man. Like the show that you did with me, my first show, I will never forget that. I will never forget the way you called me.
Teo, I can't tell you. I can't tell you yet.
You ain't gonna say it.
I'm not gonna say it. You just gonna see it.
Yeah.
You just gonna see it. It's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh, that's what. Okay. Yeah, Damon. Damon said, "Don't fall in love with the announcement." Exactly, man. Exactly.
Right.
I'm not gonna fall in love with the announcement. I'm not gonna announce it because
you don't need to.
It's just gonna pop up. But
you're gonna attack us
because the last time I announced something about my show, it didn't happen.
Hey, but think about this. And from the time that happened and you pulled back, what did I tell you was gonna happen to that guy? He wasn't gonna be able to get nothing else going. He ain't able to get nothing else going. Now that motherfucker just on TV taking pictures. You see him on Instagram, he be in there. He don't even smoke like that. Like I don't even see him in the lounge.
That's all I see. That's all I see.
Yeah, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't do because he wasn't moving. He wasn't moving right when he did that.
Nah,
he wasn't moving right.
Wasn't.
I got the vibe queued up when you ready, bro.
You ready? All right, man.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna make you ask.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna be right back with the vibe.
You got them both. Right, yeah.
And I will make that focus stop for
it gave me 2 feet. I can't smoke in the house, but I can smoke in the evening. The fabric bow ties, the wooden bow tie.
He was I wanna say
Get this stuff down. Because if you don't
All right, it's time for the vibe. Let's see y'all do this.
All right, so this is the vibe with Chevalier Lake or Ray True Life. This is that time when we come in, we play a little groove, we sit back, we light our cigars, we pour our drink. Tonight I'm smoking Belladonna. I'm sipping on a little High West, and the track comes from Cameo. I had to go back a little bit with this one. Attack Me With Your Love. This was a vibe, and you listen to it on the lounge. Let's go. Ray, how old was you when this song came out?
I don't know.
This was like 1985, bro. 1984.
85 or 84?
One of them. I was
one.
Oh shit! I was graduating from high school then. Don't tell nobody.
But my dad would play Cameo all the time. So that James Brown and Johnny Taylor.
Hey, you ever see the Cameo videos where I just thought about Larry Blackman had on all black. He had that big red crotch. He had that big red crotch thing on. I just realized one day we got that shit from.
Them green screen videos.
He had that big old red crotch piece on. That's what David got that from. He the light-skinned Larry Blackman. You know what though? This is when music was music in a sense. I love some of the rap now that's out, some of the artists, but shit like this, it was you had the music, you had the beat, you could sit back. This the kind of stuff you could smoke to, have a drink, look over and talk a little shit.
You know what's crazy?
What's that? They didn't have to because the music was jamming. They didn't have to. Larry Blackham could sing. He could sing it all, but all you needed was a box cut and a tight shirt, and you was in that time. He right about that. I can't stop Mr. Bush.
You will not top Mr. Bush.
No, but I'll get creative at some point, and I get it. I've got to move on.
It ain't gonna top Mr. Bush.
That's a hard one to do. That's a hard one to do. But hey, this is what we do on the lounge. We vibe out for a minute. I hope y'all enjoyed the vibe, the track, the Attacking What You Love by Cameo, and me and Ray gonna keep the conversation going. See, that's a part of our creativity right there. You know, we got the vibe, we got the commercials, we got all these different things going on in the lounge. Who else doing stuff like that?
I done seen a few. I done seen a few
Have you?
people try. Or I've seen one person try to add
Who?
a commercial.
Who? Call it out. It's our show. Who?
It's okay though. I sent it to him. Remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because they was interviewing you, so I sent them your commercial. But that's okay.
Yeah, but
Leo say what happened to Real Talent. Real Talent died when record labels found out they can make money with clones of Lil Wayne.
That's
when it died.
Yeah,
that is
true.
That is the year, whatever year that was. That's the year that Real Talent died.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. So let me ask y'all this. How do we deal with that with one another? What's the answer to us growing our segment of the culture? You know, as it relates to our topic, what's the answer of us growing our segment of the culture? Do y'all see it being more about
podcasts and a different show?
Yeah. Do you see it being more collaboration, or is it just simple support between platforms?
I mean, both collaboration and support between platforms. Both of it is necessary. I think that in order for us to grow, like there are a lot of cigar related shows and a lot more that are going to happen as people start to realize all I got to do is click go live and I can do this, or set up my phone and record. It's a lot more, and we need to keep our individuality, not try to all do the same thing, but understanding the culture of your show, your show's personality, right? And then you collab with each other, you promote each other, you support each other. That's the way that we got to do it. You know, you got a show, okay? You want to come on here and talk about it? Come on. You want us to show? Let's do it. Or if you want us to meet up somewhere and record some content that we can both use, that's great. I just did that with Mr. Cigars and Coffee.
Right.
At the Black Cigar Festival. We were just there, and I was like, I got my camera. He said, you want to shoot some stuff? We started shooting some stuff. I mean, that's what it's got to be. That's what it's got to be. You know?
I think I agree with you. You know, the idea that we're sharing one another's platforms and supporting one another is key, because that kind of leads into the whole thought process of us all growing together. You know, I can't get that idea away. I was about to say it. I can't put that out there. But it's the idea of us growing together, working together, and at the same time building up the culture, building up us as a people in the culture. And I don't like to make it all about black people, because we have white people on this show. We have all kind of people that are friends and family of the show. But I'm always concerned with how we're viewed as a people on the lounge, and what people are thinking about us, because a lot of people that watch us, they don't always You know what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
No, I don't know what you're saying because you stopped. I stopped being able to hear you. What'd you say?
No, I said, we have all kind of people that watch our show, and so, when we collaborate in that way, supporting one people an opportunity to see exactly what we all do. How what parts we play individually, you know, to collectively grow the culture. Like it shows it shows the ideas of unity that we talk about, and the idea that all of us, even though we come from different backgrounds, can come together and make things happen. That's what it's all about. But when you start seeing people going off and they become so competitive that they disrespect each other, we're judged on that too. And the negative shit that we do from our vantage point in the cigar culture are the things that we're judged on most of the time.
Right. Right. We got a lot of comments. I'm trying to pull them over so we can go through them. A lot of comments that answering your question.
Okay.
Let's go back up. So Cigar Table Talk says support and collaboration. Stop the hate. We are community. Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. J Hat Cigar Style says, I think you have to franchise and copyright. You have a very good product that people will copy. So as long as you brand and keep them under your umbrella, you will always stay on top.
That's good. That's good.
Papateo Barbecue. Everyone brings different perspective and has something unique. Definitely true. And Damon said he has an announcement coming next week about a dope collab he has coming in November. And Smoking Artist says integration with culture and current events, along with how it affects all communities, and have an open dialogue on how we can use a unified subject matter, cigars, to create an unfixed front.
That is the perfect answer right there. And let me do this right now. I gotta shout out my homegirl Lizzie. My favorite photo that I have on the front of a hoodie, and not many people have that hoodie that she has, is being featured in the Health Museum in Houston. It's the Health Museum. I think it's the Health Science Museum, is part of the Smithsonian Institute chain of museums and stuff. And she's got one of her very good pieces of art is going to be in there. And the cool thing about that, just what she said, she's sticking with cigars with some of her art, but it's crossing all kind of genres. It's crossing all kind of genres, and Lizzie is become a giant with that. I mean,
Definitely.
hey, shouts out to you, sis. A bunch of love you. Proud of you for what you do, and thanks for inspiring me, inspiring Ray. Ray got some of your art over there to the right of his head, back there. He's got a couple of your pieces, and of course, I got a couple of your pieces. Your pieces. My favorite one, as a matter of fact. But she does just that, and I think it's amazing how she does that. Lizzie is amazing. She is amazing, and keep doing that, sis. Keep doing that.
Yeah, man. That's what we got to do, man. We definitely have to continue to collab with each other and help each other, and support each other, because even if one show gets gigantic, a rising tide raises all ships. People see that, right?
Right.
And we can help to pull the other shows up. I think that we definitely need to stop the competition in this genre of show, not show business, because it really ain't. I don't know, in this genre of cigar show things. Let me do that. We need to stop the competition, because there's you do your show your way, we do our show our way, you do your show your way, you do your show your way. We might not talk about blends, we might not talk about pairings. That might be your thing, and that's what you stick to. You talk about the new cigar that's coming out, you talk about the flavor note you get in the cigar, that's perfectly fine. Do that. You know. But what you don't do is sit up here and talk like try to tell me when I can and can't do my show.
Like I referenced earlier. And look at that. Look at that. Me and you realized we didn't even know that we were a part of a bigger conversation. The new kids on the block. We were a part of a bigger conversation with people that were much bigger than us. And it never even came to us because when it got thrown out there, it was like, oh, we're not gonna talk to the lab. Because they could have easily said, well, okay, let me shift my attention to the lounge, and they didn't. Because we have a specific demographic, you know, not necessarily as it regards to race, but we have a certain group of people that like the message, you know, and like the conversations that we having. And that's why I feel like it's so important for us to stick to that, you know. And I know you got some things that you want to change. You know, I'm always down with you when you do that, because those things are, whenever you've made those changes have benefited us tremendously, both collectively and personally. The jealous competition is based on insecurity. Exactly, Damon.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
Damon says it's not competition, right? It's competition in itself makes folks better.
Right.
Jealous competition is bad. So that's because friendly competition will push both parties.
And you know, one of the things, so I'm reading Lizzie's comment. It says cigars are so much more than cigars. It's a culture and a movement that gives us a platform to have a voice beyond our boundaries. That speaks to what I was thinking as you were talking, Ray. Think about how many people, well, from the time we started the lounge, think about how many people has come on with us and supported us, and then just fallen off. They didn't necessarily, they disappeared. They didn't necessarily fall off, I think, because we weren't doing something that they lost interest. And maybe there's one or two that did. But I think it's because at a certain point they were looking for something. Some people have selfish reasons, is kind of where I'm going, for the support that they give. And when they see that that's not going to work the way they want it to work, they fall off. That's because the support isn't real. The thing for us, I think, and for anybody that does what we do, or has a specific platform that they're pushing out there, is to remember that you can't worry about those people. Their genuine, their generosity, their authenticity will show as time goes. You have people that don't come on the show all the time, but we have people that come on and they talk and they give us something that resonates with us and creates an opportunity for us to have a discussion, because they're into what we're doing. They don't have to be here all the time. But you have people that's looking for something they can take. They can't hang on because they're not true to the game. You know, they really not true to the game. Thanks, Eugenio. We appreciate you too, bro. I saw that in his comments. Charlotte Cigar Week says some people look at cigars as a way of connecting with people. Others look at cigars as a way to collect attention and money. Real talk. Our sister just joined us too.
I see.
Yeah, and it's good to see. Like I said, we have people that ain't in here with us every day, but when we have certain types of conversations, we gain a lot. And a lot of my thoughts come from a lot of the things that y'all share with me when y'all say, hey, Chevalier, this is this way, or this happened to me this way. I have a lot of conversations in my inbox, you know, after some of my thoughts of a classic man, and it makes a difference.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Ray. Thank you for letting me up today. But your friend Chevrolet was in my restaurant, right? And he ordered two orders.
All right.
He said, I wasn't in your restaurant, I promise. I remember saying Chinese restaurants because I don't know if it's.
I don't know what
I don't know if it's cat, rat, or bat. Where did that come from?
It came from YouTube. So,
well, why you cut him off? You should have let him say what he had to say. I don't know who that is. You know, clearly, I might have went in his restaurant.
Nah. We're gonna let that go.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Your friend Chevalier. First of all, That's got to be a joke because he said my name right the first time.
No, he didn't.
He said Chevalier.
No, he didn't.
What did he say?
He might have. I don't know. I have to go
He
back.
said Chevalier. That's somebody that know me. They cracking a joke on.
I guess they don't because they out of here now.
You ordered the number 2 Mussy with rice. Say, man. A number 2 Mussy with rice.
I thought it was somebody who knew us. So well, won't let that happen again.
Where did they come from? What did he do? He just hit you?
YouTube, yeah. He put it in the comments on from YouTube. And I was like, okay, but he out of there now. So we're gonna let that go.
I don't. Hey, check it out. The only Asian restaurants I go into, the only ones I go and do is K-Way and PF Chang's, buddy. I don't. In what they call it, an Asian Mint. Them the only 3 I go to.
Oh man, I my bad, y'all. I apologize.
You should let, because I was about to say, where the fuck I been? Not as cheap as I am. I already know I didn't order.
Okay.
That's
we
funny.
ain't got to worry about that no more.
That's funny. He came in my restaurant. Him order. No, it wasn't me, buddy. I would go in there and say, "Give me a Siamese cattail and rice and bat."
What?
Hey, when you live overseas, man, in Japan, I lived in Okinawa. They had all these restaurants. You had a bunch of stray cats running around with no tails, dog.
Wow. Hey, you know what? We're not finna get off on that tangent.
We ain't
All the
going
weird
there.
things that you've eaten, monkey brains and rhinoceros balls and stuff like that you've eaten. We're not
Hey,
gonna
put that in the box, man. I'm not gonna eat nothing that got anything to do with balls, bro. It's just not happening, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You eating some weird things.
No, you're going too far.
But anyway, man, what was you even talking about?
But we was talking about something real till you let Kwai Chang in. His last name was Chang. It said Chang on the thing.
It was.
That was
anyway.
Damon. That was David, man.
It might have been Damon.
He ordered I ordered a 2-piece. I must see. That's what he's gonna say.
A number 2. A number 2 must.
Hey, at least it was brown, right?
Anyway,
David?
Smoking Artist Lizzie says cigars have a unique way of cutting through social, racial, and political divides because the culture surrounding them emphasizes ritual, relaxation, and shared experiences rather than conflict. And that is true.
Yeah.
That is definitely true. These cigars, you can sit next to anybody and have a conversation and just talk and not know that you were sitting next to a U.S. senator. You know,
right? Which you know that happened here. That happened right here. Would be with a guy here, right here in Forney. He was our state representative. Yeah, he was a state representative for Kaufman County, and we were smoking side by and drinking all the time. There was nothing about this guy that would make you think he was in the House of Representatives for Texas. Nothing about it.
But that's the thing. But also, man, to all of the cigar shows, the cigar podcasts, we just gotta support each other a lot more than we do. We gotta support each other a lot more than we do. There can be so much more for this. You know, we can do so much more.
I want to see the ecosystem come about based on that. You know, that's been a dream of yours and hell mine too, that we create something where we can have a platform where we can all come together and air our different stuff and become strong together.
It's in the works. I didn't say nothing. Conversations with Shamusier.
You got to put that in the box. That wasn't funny.
I don't care. But it's definitely you know, something that's in the works. Anyway,
yeah.
J Hat Cigar Style says, being from Cali, I appreciate you guys and show because you guys are authentic and broaden my horizons in the cigar game. Many people are so guarded and egotistical that it's hard to commune. And we definitely are not hard to commune with.
No, hell no. Not at
Yeah.
all.
Not at all.
Oh.
Chevalier
Steve,
a little bit more than me because he gets recognized, so he's getting his celebrity ego is starting to grow. But
it's not. It is
it's
not.
definitely easy to and rocking with us throughout these shows when Chang pops on and starts talking about the last time Chevalier was in his restaurant.
But you know my bougie ass wasn't in there. I wasn't in nothing that say Chang on.
You wasn't
You
in
know
no
I
hole in the wall Chinese.
You know
food.
I wasn't. I sure was not. I tell you, the Payway, PF Chang's, and Asian Mint in Dallas. The only places I go to.
But
If it's on the corner and they got a dark light over the door, I'm probably not going in there.
And if they got a little kid in there doing homework, man,
Probably
it's
not.
gonna be the best Chinese food you ever ate. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If
But
he
I'm probably going.
he doing his math homework. Got to be math homework.
Yeah, if he ain't in there
Can't be
doing.
spelling or social studies. It got to be math.
If he ain't in the third grade doing calculus, I'm out of it.
Hey, I'm telling you,
How about
he be
it?
in there doing his math homework. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the best fried rice, General Tso's chicken and orange chicken. It's gonna be the best you ever had. I'm telling you.
Not
The
gonna
best
do it.
egg drop soup.
Not gonna do it. I'm gonna order a Coke. I'm gonna order a Coke and a fortune cookie, and I'm gonna stop by McDonald's and give me some French fries.
You'll eat McDonald's, but you won't eat from Chang them.
I don't really eat McDonald's anymore.
You won't
I
eat,
stopped.
you won't eat
I
from
I
China
stopped
Walk.
there. Ain't gonna
China
do it.
Walk on the corner.
I gotta know. I gotta know Susie Walk and Timmy Walk, even though their name is Dang Sang Top Walk. Yeah, I got to know Susie
China
Walk.
Walk number 1, China Walk number 7,
Not
all of
happening.
them. Man, I'm telling you, that'd be the best Chinese food. You just don't know. You just
Not
don't
gonna
know.
happen. Nah,
You
man,
ain't
I'm
as-
careful.
You ain't as hood as you thought. You bougie.
I'm-
You got a little money, got that big house, that big truck, and you done got bougie.
I ain't got no money.
You done
I ain't got
you ate rhinoceros knuckles, and you gonna sit up here and act like Chinese food out the Chinese spot. You too good for it.
I didn't put no salt on the knuckle.
What?
I didn't put no salt on them. I just
You'll
know?
go to McDonald's and order a chocolate mussy shake. Bro, I'm gonna need you to fight back at one point.
I can't fight it back, dude. I'm on my intellectual thing today. I can't fight it back.
All right, well, come on with them round glasses. Come on. Bring us
No,
back.
I'm good. I'm good. No, we back. Shit, it's 8:56. It's almost time for the toast. And I saw Mac in there. I don't know why he ain't on the screen with us, but it's time for asses and glasses.
I don't know why he ain't go click that link.
You know why? Because he up there in Canada. He having these big events up there. You know.
Papa Teo said McMussy.
Oh shit! Come on, Papa Teo, man. Don't be lured in, man. David, you done took it to the dark side. Oh man, goddamn.
A McMussy.
And when you read it, it looked funnier because he got Mac and then.
I can't believe you did this to me.
Give me a McMussy combo
man.
with a Lawrence High orange drink,
A
please.
McMussy.
McMussy.
A McMussy with cheese.
Ah, man. I gotta let him go. I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't as
man.
funny as I used to be. I gotta lighten up.
Nah, you just getting up there in that age. That's what it is.
Yeah, damn, this 60, man. Sorry, we all we all out this
You all out of Mussy.
Sorry, we're having no more Mussy.
Oh man!
Yeah.
I bet Chang had a McMussy.
I'm telling you, that was David in the YouTube. That was David on one of his 14 phones on the YouTube, man. He didn't
Oh
make that
man.
because he
I
got
didn't
quiet
hear
for a
that.
while. He
No,
got
no.
quiet for a while.
So before we get into Ashes and Glasses, so the comments from YouTube pull up over here. So I saw a comment pop up. So I looked at it, and it was asking, "Can I join?" And I'm like, "Okay, it's open forum. That's fine." So
You should have let him say it.
so I sent the link, and then yes, a time I said, "Oh, yeah, came to my store." Get out of here,
You sound just like him, Raven.
Matt.
Matt,
What's going on, man? It's almost time for Ashes and Glass. We waiting on Damon. Damon said he's finna go outside and light up. He said, don't do it yet. So we're gonna take a commercial break and then we'll come back with Ashes and Glasses.
What's up, folks? This is Derek from Vic's world famous Chicken in the Cooler. These crabs, and I'm gonna shake. For the consistency, I was trying to
say bacon burger, dog, because the bacon ain't rich. Man, that is gonna be.
Not gonna do it. On here, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna tell jokes, because that's what barbecue is all about. If you ain't having fun cooking, having people try your food, looking for that enjoyment, laughter and smile on their face, that enjoyment every time they put your meat in their mouth, man, so many different ways. But seriously.
That commercial gets me every time.
They put their meat in my. Hey, Ray, Lizzie asked a real good question, man, while we was on the commercial. So while we waiting on Damon, I'm gonna go ahead and ask it. She said, if a cigar could represent a moment in your life, what would it be and why? Ooh, that's a good damn question. Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all go first because I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Go ahead, Mac.
Y'all go ahead.
See, go ahead, Mac. I got to think about that for a second.
I just suffered a head injury not too long ago. This is really deep.
Yeah, this ain't the McMussy question.
This ain't a McMussy comment. This is a.
I guess I would equate it to, as far as the feeling goes, the birth of my children.
Wow. Wow. Damn.
That's great.
If a cigar could represent a moment in your life, what would it be and why? What about you, Ray?
Man. If a cigar could represent a moment in my, you go ahead. I'm thinking.
So, I would. If a cigar could represent a moment in my life, what it would be, I would say the birth of Caleb. When I had my son Caleb, my first kid. The reason being, it was a new feeling of happiness, joy, dedication. And I remember when I knew that I wanted to be a part of the cigar community, and I smoked my first cigar, which was a Monte Cristo. I can't remember which one. I think it was that same feeling, feeling like I finally found a place where I belonged, and everything that I did made a difference, in what I was doing and how it was received. I kind of like it to him, everything that I knew that I was going to do from the day he took his first breath until now was going to be based on me to try to make him be the best version of me and be the best example for him. So I would say that. Lizzie says, for me, it's a time of freedom and liberation. Unapologetically me and being who I've grown to be in the last 3 years. I can see that. I can see that answer right there. When I met her about 3.5 years ago, and I think we both had conversations like that about, where we wanted to go, not knowing the direction we really wanted to go in with this whole cigar thing, and that's pretty deep. That's a great question. That is a great question. Damn.
Yeah, you can smell the sawdust burning from here.
Yeah, I'm holding off because I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe if a cigar can represent a moment in time.
What up? Hey, Damon, did you hear that question that Lizzie posed while we were doing the commercial?
Man, shout out to Lizzie. That was a hell of a good question.
That was a hell of a question, man. Ooh.
Yeah. I think I'm slowly starting to realize just how dope Lizzie is, like all the way around. Like I've already like respected her for her, for her like her cigar knowledge and for her artistic abilities or whatever. But like I said, I'm slowly starting to realize just how all around dope Lizzie is. That was a great question, Lizzie.
Yeah. She's real, man. Her journey. She's been on Ray's show, she's been on mine, but she's become a friend to both of us, and her journey is her journey is something to talk about. Yeah, she's an amazing lady, man. Her husband, they're amazing people. Amazing people.
Yeah, Papa Teo says for him a Cohiba when his daughter was born.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. Mm.
Funny.
I ain't seen
all us attentive husbands never mentioned our wedding day.
Shit. Some of us got broke on that day. Some of us started realizing what it's like to not have as much money as what we had.
Most of us didn't.
That's what I liken it to. Oh, realizing that I don't have as much money as I thought I did.
Most of us didn't realize when they said "till death do you part," you were setting a goal.
Oh man, my wife is in there. Womp womp womp. She in there right
now. So since it's my turn, and I just got the alley-oop, I'm gonna say not my wedding day, but the day that we renewed our vows.
You smoked the signature that day? I remember when you renewed your vow.
I'm gonna tell you why that was key, Ray.
Don't make me mute you.
See, the reason that Ray said it ain't when he was married, but it was when he renewed his vows. See, when they got married, Makisha knew what she was doing. Ray didn't. When they renewed their vows, Ray knew what he was doing.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I would have
the renewal, you actually mean it.
Right.
I can say that. My wife's in the house.
Yeah. Because you got to eat it a little bit. It's almost time for you to eat. We put ashes and glasses right before your dinner time.
Yeah,
right before
it's 7:07 out there right now. It's right before your dinner time.
I'll tell you what. You know what the difference between Girls Gone Wild and Women Gone Wild? When girls go wild, they show their boobies. When women go wild, they poison their husband's food.
Yeah. You know what? There's actually another term for it. Mac is right. Speaking as a divorced man, I can say that Mac is right. And there's actually another word for that. It's called the Lifestyle Channel.
Lifetime.
No, you said the Lifetime Channel. The Lifetime Channel broke up a whole lot of marriages back in the 90s.
I thought Chevalier was gonna say that cigars for him, like at the end of the day, when he gets to take off his pants and free his pussy.
Fuck you.
Hey, Ray. it Ray, his cigar moment is Mussy breathe.
Hands on your knees.
Oh,
Let that mussy breathe.
I can't do nothing but laugh at that shit.
hands on your knees. Let your mussy breathe.
And then y'all got Lizzie that talk about LOL. That's a different stick. God damn. Y'all got everybody in right.
Ray,
That's
you never
bamboo
gonna ever be
stick.
able to live down Mr. Mussy Dog.
Oh man.
Kingpin said Lifestyle Channel. LOL, man, what they show on there.
Well, you need to go look at it if you don't know.
Oh my
No,
God.
The
we
plot
got
of
that
every
channel.
Lifetime, the plight of every Lifetime movie. Oh, he said Lifestyle Channel. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Lifestyle Channel.
Hot off, Papa tell you,
Hot
hot
off
off
the
the
press.
menu.
Filet of Mussy.
Filet of mussy.
Man, I just
Oh.
gotta say, man, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. That's all I got.
And we about to get into ashes and glasses, man, because Matt got to go eat his dinner.
Oh yeah,
time.
I heard his wife
Right
talking
before,
about
yeah.
chicken's ready.
I think she just told him, "Come on in here. It's time to eat. You sitting up here talking with your friends. Come on in here and eat." So, it's time for ashes and glasses. This is ashes and glasses. This is the way that we like to end the show. Everybody on screen got to give a toast. The toast does not have to be serious. If you got a toast, put the toast in the comments. We will read it on the screen. And since there's a delay, we're going to wait a couple of seconds. Hold on.
Is it a delay?
Hold on. Okay, put your toast in the comments. All right, we're going to let Damon go first.
Why you always want me to go first?
It's your shit always poetic.
Well, because Matt got to end us out.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. Let's change it up.
You go first.
I'm gonna go first.
Because you always go second to the last.
My toast today goes to Chevalier. My toast is hands on your knees. Let that mussy breathe. Cheers.
I can't even drink.
Oh man. All right, come on, Chevalier, your turn. I'm gonna let you go next.
I have nothing. Thank y'all for joining us on the show. Tune in every Thursday at 7. Much love. Cheers.
That was cheap.
That's all I got.
We got one in the comments. Let me get it. There we go. Lizzie Mae, Smoking Artist says, let's toast to those who love this country and may not agree with all things happening, but want greatness for the hardworking people who make this country great.
So salute to that. Yeah, it's so funny when two people are on a similar wavelength, because I didn't have anything poetic. I wasn't about to say word for word what Lizzie said, but my toast is going to be in that same sentiment. So you know what, Lizzie, I'm not going to ruin your toast by coming back and saying what I was going to say. I'm going to let that stand. That was good.
Well, come on with your toast then.
I mean,
you might put it out there.
now I got to sit there and think of something else, because
Nothing else.
you know what I'm saying. I don't want
Remember,
to.
no 5-syllable words.
Let me give you some context.
I don't have anything poetic. I'll say this. I want to give a toast to all the creatives within our culture. May we keep on creating, keep on inspiring the next generation of people. Salud.
Cheers. Cheers. And last but not least, Mac the Cigar Advocate.
So I got to preempt this toast. Recently, I took a bad fall and ended up with a concussion and cut up pretty bad. And you might appreciate this. Yule. When you regain consciousness at my age, and all you can see in front of you is a big bright light, it's like, oh shit. And I still had a Cohiba in the humidor. And then the doctor moved in front of the light, and I realized I was still alive. So, on that note, here's to being mentally unstable and over medicated. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Trying to mute out this doggone motorcycle going down the doggone road. Salud. Yes, Mac.
We got Aloha from Hawaii. What's going on?
Welcome to the lounge.
I don't want to try to say your name. I'm gonna mess it up. Well, whatever. J.K. Kiulana. I said it right. I think so. We got one from Papa Teo. He says, "Toast to those that smoke, sip, and respect the fellowship."
Hey, good one.
Hey, who was that that said that?
Papa Teo
Barbecue.
Hey, dude, go put that on a t-shirt. Save that. Smoke, sip, and respect the fellowship or something. Put that on a t-shirt.
It sounds real close to Smoke Sip Fellowship, but you know.
Yeah.
Hold up. What Smoke Sip Fellowship?
That's Herpidor.
Oh, that was yours? Oh, okay, in that case, don't put that on t-shirt. don't put that on a t-shirt.
You can put it on the t-shirt. We just gonna split the profits. Anyway. Anyway, we appreciate y'all for joining us.
Wait a minute, what was that one you just had in there from Lizzie? What did that say?
Once the smoke is lit, titles, backgrounds, and political affiliations fade. What remains is the shared moment. We need to cheers to that too.
That ain't a toast, but it sure is deep.
Oh, she went to the bottom of the ocean on that one.
J.K. Kiulana, we do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. So next Thursday.
Central time.
Central time. So
Well,
next
1 o'clock in
Thursday
the afternoon in
at
Hawaii.
7 p.m. Central time, come on here and make sure you follow It's the Lounge. Come on here and say you want to join, and I'll send you the link next Thursday so you can join us.
Hey,
come on stage and join.
Hey Ray, when you in the live, we're gonna be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, because I got something I want to tell y'all, because it was something that I was trying to share with y'all. Specifically, I was trying to share with y'all, but I never got around to doing it. So I'm gonna share it with you when we go behind the scenes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bro.
And now it's time for Chevalier's. First of all, JK. I hope I'm saying your name right. JK Kiulana says mahalo, thank you. I think that means thank you.
Yes.
Mahalo. Yeah.
I just learned.
Mahalo.
I just learned Hawaiian.
Mahalo.
Papa Teo said I'm gonna have to put McMussy on the shirt with Chevalier smiling.
Anything that has the word mussy in it, anything that has the word mussy in it, split the profits with me.
Now y'all ain't go pimp me. Y'all gonna have to